So the big issue with the water temple is you spend. It's a kind of a confusing design anyway, but you spend so much time in this temple going into the menu and putting your boots on and taking them off. And it is the most tedious part of the entire game. And it is one of the things that Ocarina 3D really did fix. Who the hell are you? Wait a minute. Princess Ruto. So Ruto's design was actually changed in the 3DS version. It looks more like she's wearing a dress, which is a little weird because it makes it look like she's the only Zora that's wearing clothes. Not entirely sure why. I mean, she's a fish person. I mean, yeah, fish person with breasts, I guess, but fish person. 3 places where we can change the water level. And she leads us to the first place. And then she disappears. That's not actually a joke, we're not going to see her now until we've finished the temple. So there are a few things that are confusing about the water temple's layout. And a big part of it comes in a specific location to find a key. What you're really looking for is these things. Which, there we go, check them. Those who wish to open the paths sleeping at the bottom of the lake must play the song passed down by the royal family. So on top of putting the iron boots on and off, you also have to play Zelda's Lullaby in 3 different locations. And it's not once per location either. Let's also check in here. Ow. Come on, get up. So if you play aggressively, the bigger Iron Sword is totally worth it for the amount of damage it does. I think it's double the Master Sword. And then, like, throw in the jump attack on top of that. And you're getting a lot of damage out of a single attack. Alright, the map. The map is going to be very helpful. Let's get a look. It's a pretty big dungeon. Let's see what kind of mischief we can get into, though. Okay, so, like the thing in the forest temple, you need to line this up and light those torches in the corners. Although this is a little more tricky than it was in the forest temple because the actual hitboxes for lighting the torches is a little less obvious. Before, you just had to hit the ice. I hate these things. It's not going to be obvious why now. It will be when we start encountering them underwater. Make sure we get some of these arrows. Like the forest temple and the fire temple, this dungeon does revolve pretty heavily around keys. Not as heavily, but chances are when you think you're done with a certain location and you move on to another area, chances are the thing that's gonna stop you in your tracks is that you haven't actually gotten enough keys. Okay, let's throw this down. I don't think this is where I need to go yet, though. I forget the pathing for this dungeon entirely. Which ain't good. Okay, so the issue with these things is the only weapon you can use underwater is the hookshot. Okay, was this the right way? I don't think it was, but maybe we'll get lucky. You know, I think that actually works. Maybe this was the right way. And I can reach that with a hookshot, great. Killing tech types with one shot's really good. You know what, I feel like this isn't actually the right way. It's just an optional area. Oh well. Got a gold sculpture out of it, can't complain there. Meanwhile, onwards. I wonder how many parts this dungeon's gonna be. Gonna be at least 2, probably. Although I suppose it depends when we actually start this dungeon, whether it's the start of a part or not. Okay, do I need to go through here yet? I don't think I do, but it'd be worth checking so that I don't have to backtrack later if I do. No, I remember this. This requires the long shot, I'm pretty sure. Even if it doesn't, I can get out of there without using the... yeah, long shot. And get out of here without using the iron boots, at least. You know, that looked pretty cool. Wasn't actually intentional. I intended to dive down there rather than end up down there through the momentum from the backflip. But it worked out, it was pretty cool. Alright, so the second place to play the Ocarina to change the water level is right here. In the 3DS version, the dungeon that got the most changes was the Water Temple. It got a visual overhaul with the pathway to each of the places where you have to play the song labelled. The pathway was labelled clearly. And also, there is a hole underneath here. You play the song, raises the water, raises that. There's a hole underneath here that you have to go down. The 3DS version moves the camera so you can specifically see this hole when the water raises. Which is understandable, it's kind of awkward. And if you miss it, you know, it's an easy thing to miss, I guess. I really do hate fighting underwater. It's entirely because the only weapon you can use is the hookshot. Why did that clang off something? There we go. And again. Is the hitbox for that switch actually really big for some reason? Yeah. One thing to definitely give credit to Majora's Mask for, the underwater sections in that. While I think the Great Bay Temple is more irritating to deal with, the underwater sections are a lot less awkward to actually do, because Zora Link is actually way easier to control and has way more options underwater. Okay. That's just over here. You know, I think that was actually faster than using the iron boots. And since we were diving, getting back up was definitely faster than taking off the iron boots. Alright. Is it that way? That's going to be for later, we'll need the long shot for that. And I think that's the way up to the top. You know what? I know what I need to do. And I'll do this now so I don't have to backtrack later. Because you can avoid doing this for the minute, and then you'll have to do it later. The room where we saw Ruto, there is actually a second floor that you can only get to when the water is at this level, and that floor contains a key that we need. Right here. And it's behind this wall, which requires a bomb, so you can't get in here before lowering the water. And it's really irritating. But getting it now really does eliminate the one thing I tend to forget. Now watch to forget like 3 other things because of that. Yeah, you definitely go up slower with the iron boots rather than diving. Now I think the route we want to take is this one. Or is this later? Where does this take me? I remember this. But this is going to lead to a chest. Well, you know, that was awkward. Alright, there's this side. So I remember this chest doesn't last long. Can I hit that with the hook shot from here? No. Alright, bow. There we go. And this one is like one of the shortest. Like, it's already running out. You have to be right next to it. And this should be the compass. Yeah. So that makes navigation a little easier. It doesn't really matter what level the water's at here because it'll never fill that room up. So even if you have the water at the top, it's not going to prevent you from getting the compass. But now I guess there is no other way to go but here. And I'm pretty sure we're going to need one more key. Tektite going to jump down from above. There it is. It pushed me off the damn thing. Hate that Tektite. Try that again. I was really hoping that wasn't going to happen. Nothing in this room, and this is the last of the water changing areas. Now, if we've done everything right, I think we'll only have to change the water levels, do a full cycle again once, if I've done everything right. Where does that room lead? Not sure. Let's check it out. Does this lead to the block? Yes, it does. Alright, so doing this now is a good idea. I'll pull this into position here. Because otherwise this will take backtracking later. And now we come at that from the other side. That is behind the... That's the room, the pathway that required us to shoot the eye. Is what that is. And now when we get round there, we can push the block out of the way and go behind it. But I think that is everything. No, it isn't. I've missed a key. Where have I missed a key? It's not that. Is it that one? The south position. Is that the one with the eye? Yeah, it is. Can't do that. Because that's locked. We use the key there, but then the room beyond it ends in a door with a lock as well. You know, the hookshot really does feel kind of worthless in this game until you get the long shot. Yeah, you just barely make it out, but that's locked. So I've missed a key somewhere, despite my really desperate hopes that I hadn't. Alright, let me try and figure this out. Is it north on the bottom? I checked all the bottom though. What did I miss? I was really hoping this wouldn't happen. Okay, so that leads to the room I need the long shot for. The issue with the water temple is until you get the long shot, it's about finding this one key. That's it. I didn't take a proper look at that, that's the problem. And now I'm going to have to do the full cycle again. Damn it. But yeah, the big problem pretty much everybody has with the water temple is they miss one key. It's usually this one here. But I didn't pay proper attention and we missed that other one that I should have gotten. Really was hoping this wouldn't happen. Alright, let's go do that. And we'll do the full cycle again. I remember looking at it and thinking, oh, that's nothing. And why did I think it's nothing? I was like, I was over here, I was coming out. I was like, what's that? Oh, that's nothing. And I didn't notice it was a block. Yeah, I know exactly what the problem was. Is there a tech-type following me? Alright, it's trying to. Alright. So this is going to lead to what we're actually after. Yeah, I remember this room. I can't believe I missed this. Really is the case. I got the thing that I usually miss, that pretty much everybody misses, and missed this that I should have been able to notice. Alright, this room. Okay, there. That should do it. Alright, make sure I can get that from here. Okay, here we go. Why is it not hitting the damn thing? Oh, there goes the camera. And there's the other key I was after. Alright, so I guess we're gonna cut back to when we get back to the top. So I'll see you guys then.